accepted the heart of the stories. Maybe he had some deformity in his eardrums. That would be part of the moment.
It's genuine grassroots.
That's what it is. Did you show this in the office? Yeah. How's that? Just amazing. I bet
Is it?
Yeah.
Dr. Ben Goldacre.
That's my actual thanks for using that.
I just wanted to do this properly. So how did it go? You just come off stage?
I don't know. I didn't, because I'm finishing a book on like the crimes of Big Pharma, so I didn't have time to write anything. And so I talked about Julian, but it's the last time I will ever talk about Julian McKeith. It was sort of closure in many respects at the end of this sort of long abusive relationship that's become increasingly sort of convoluted and difficult. But I'm just sort of fascinated by the issue of Julian McKeith and lies generally.
And you feel ready to let this go, or?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very boring.
What are you going to fill that void with? What's next?
What's going to fill the void of Gillian McKeith in my life? I'm feeling quite optimistic about the new government. I think there's going to be a lot of really interesting sort of distortions of stats and evidence in some of their government reports. The really interesting thing about them is I think they're setting themselves up for a really awesome fall because they're really into transparency, which I think is really, really, really important, and that's a really sort of brave and transgressive thing for them to do. But then they're also already showing the signs of using kind of dodgy evidence, putting out dodgy stats in dodgy backdoor ways rather than in formal government reports, and sort of running slightly shonky-looking appraisals of their newly implemented strategies. So that would be good. That would be interesting. I think that could be good.
Yeah. And what would be your calls to action around that for the average Joe around what's happening with data and transparency and that?
Calls to action around that? I don't know, really. I mean, if you're a nerd, it's really important to get involved in things like mysociety.org and the Free Our Data campaign and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's good. If you're not a nerd, I don't know. Ask me again later.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, and what we're doing is we're asking everyone, as people like us were accused of, taking the Christ out of Christmas and
taking the
Christ out of Christmas. And
taking the Christ. I don't want to take the Christ out of Christmas.
And how does Ben Goldacre spend his Christmas?
Do you know what? I don't want to take the Christ out of Christmas. I don't believe in sort of any kind of supernatural stuff, but I strongly self-identify it as culturally Christian in the same way that people say I don't believe in God, but I'm Jewish. And I'm really into tradition and stuff. I really like the fact that when my friends from school occasionally die, which they have, although it sounds really cheesy, we sing the same songs at their funerals that we sang when we were mocking hymns at school when we were kids. And I think it's really good. So actually, I'm fine with Christ in Christmas. Like, I'm glad of Christ in Christmas. I never really understood the sort of the anti-God thing and that sort of stuff. Like, secular, I'd like to take Christ out of government. I'd like to take Christ out of policy and politics. But I would never, ever wish to take Christ out of Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas.